Dream more than others think practical. Expect more than others think possible. Care more than others think wise. In times of adversity and change, we really discover who we are and what we're made of. Mass advertising can help build brands, but authenticity is what makes them last. If people believe they share values with a company, they will stay loyal to the brand. People want guidance, not rhetoric. They need to know what the plan of action is, and how it will be implemented. They want to be given responsibility to help solve the problem and authority to act on it. My passion. My commitment. This is the most important thing in my life other than my family. One of the fundamental aspects of leadership, I realized more and more, is the ability to instill confidence in others when you yourself are feeling insecure. Authentic brands don't emerge from marketing cubicles or advertising agencies. They emanate from everything the company does. I think the most important thing that I think everyone in America must have is belief that wherever they live, whatever station they have in life, that the American dream is alive and well. I think the fracturing of trust and confidence is in the American dream. The future of America is not an entitlement. We have been given a treasure chest of gifts and opportunities, but some people are being left behind, and success is not sustainable unless it is shared. Success is best when it's shared. The evolving social and digital media platforms and highly innovative and relevant payment capabilities are causing seismic changes in consumer behavior and creating equally disruptive opportunities for business. If you examine a butterfly according to the laws of aerodynamics, it shouldn't be able to fly. But the butterfly doesn't know that, so it flies. Any business today that embraces the status quo as an operating principle is going to be on a death march. Work should be personal. For all of us. Not just for the artist and entrepreneur. Work should have meaning for the accountant, the construction worker, the technologist, the manager and the clerk. People around the world, they want the authentic Starbucks experience. When it comes to Starbucks, I take every threat very personally. Whatever you can do, or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power and magic in it. People have come to me over the years and said to me, I admire the culture of Starbucks. Can you come give a speech and help us turn our culture around? I wish it were that easy. Turning a culture around is very difficult to do because it's based on a series of many decisions, and the organization is framed by those decisions. To be an enduring, great company, you have to build a mechanism for preventing or solving problems that will long outlast any one individual leader. But the reasons against going to New Orleans, that spicy southern city known for jazz and Mardi Gras and hospitality, were the very reasons we had to go. There are moments in our lives when we summon the courage to make choices that go against reason, against common sense and the wise counsel of people we trust. When we love something, emotion often drives our actions. Life is a sum of all your choices, wrote Albert Camus. Large or small, our actions forge our futures, hopefully inspiring others along the way. After the storm, many citizens left New Orleans to live elsewhere, but those who stayed were determined to rebuild. They loved their city. When you're in a hole, quit digging. All great companies have passed through bad years that forced soul-searching and rethinking of priorities. How we deal with them will be the litmus test. Every step of the way, I made it a point to underpromise and overdeliver. In the long run, that's the only way to ensure security in any job. My biggest concern is that America is drifting towards mediocrity and that people don't recognize, and by people I'm meaning Washington, don't recognize the sense of urgency and the fact that I don't think this is a crisis anymore. I think it's an emergency. It's ironic that no matter where I go, I meet people from Brooklyn. I'm proud of that heritage. It's where I'm from, who I am. When you give up, said a slim older man whose home we rebuilt, you might as well lay down and die. It was obvious that we weren't just giving people back their homes, but also restoring a sense of dignity. Be bold, but be fair. Don't give in. If others around you have integrity, too, you can prevail. Starbucks has changed the rules of engagement for the music industry. This is not his job, I thought, it's his passion. This may sound a bit naive, but I got here by believing in big dreams. In the 1960s, if you introduced a new product to America, 90% of the people who viewed it for the first time believed in the corporate promise. Then 40 years later, if you performed the same exercise, less than 10% of the public believed it was true. The fracturing of trust is based on the fact that the consumer has been let down. For Starbucks, there will be no shortage of the highest quality Arabica beans. I suspect that for some others there could potentially be a problem, not in the near term, but over time. I do think, as self-serving as it sounds, that I was the right person, given the very strong headwind we had from the economy and our own issues, to come back and rewrite the future of the company. I think growth covers up mistakes. Post 9/11, we saw an immediate uptick in the amount of people in our stores, all over the country. People wanted that human connection. We are not going to fracture the Starbucks experience. Managing and navigating through a financial crisis is no fun at all. Managing a business, small or large, today requires an extremely disciplined, thoughtful approach with regard to the pressure that people are under. I love being the underdog. I despise research. I think it's a crutch. The response to the Starbucks brand has been phenomenal in our international markets. At an early age, my mother gave me this feeling that anything is possible, and I believe that. Even though people are under economic pressure, they still want to support those brands with values that are compatible with their own. There's this myth that has been exacerbated by others that Starbucks means a $4 cup of coffee, which is not true. Turning a culture around is very difficult to do because it's based on a series of many decisions, and the organization is framed by those decisions. Beverages have to be created. And they're created by looking at what trend is in, say, the fashion industry, what color's hot right now. I'm not losing any sleep over Dunkin' Donuts. If Vancouver did not succeed as Starbucks from '87 on, our entire international business, which is now thousands of stores and a significant amount of growth and profit, may not have existed. Our history is based on extending the brand to categories within the guardrails of Starbucks. I'm not as interested in what you make as I am in what you're passionate about. What business are you really in? When we began Starbucks, what I wanted to try to do was to create a set of values, guiding principles, and culture. I never took classic business classes in college, so I don't have the background that any of the people running large companies have. In many places where coffee is grown, deforestation is a major issue. I think what we're lacking in society, not only in the US but also around the world, is to find heroes once again and to celebrate these kind of people. If you don't love what you're doing with unbridled passion and enthusiasm, you're not going to succeed when you hit obstacles. I was working probably at the age of 10, when I had my first paper route. I had every different kind of job you could possibly imagine as a young kid. I think many startups make mistakes because they are focusing on things that are farther ahead, and they haven't done the work that has built the foundation to support it. My kids probably started drinking coffee in their late teens. The Starbucks customer and the Teavana customer are two very different customers, two different need states that are highly complementary. Americans reading the paper, listening to the news every single day, and all you hear is things are getting worse and worse. And that has a psychological effect on consumer confidence. That's what consumer confidence is. Cutting prices or putting things on sale is not sustainable business strategy. The other side of it is that you can't cut enough costs to save your way to prosperity. Great opportunities can be and have been created during tough economic times. I am concerned about any attrition in customer traffic at Starbucks, but I don't want to use the economy, commodity prices, or consumer confidence as an excuse. The lifeblood of job creation in America is small business, but they can't get access to credit. America's leaders need to put their feet in the shoes of working Americans. I'm optimistic about the country. I'm optimistic about the American people. Everyone must have a shot at the American dream.